Okay, yo, make sure y'all check out that Sunday video. I'm telling you, I put it in the story, in AHA's story. You just swipe up, you can go right to it, or you can go on a healthy alternative on YouTube and check it out. But I really want y'all to check that video out. So Steve, welcome to the channel.
Yes.
And you already, oh, I'm getting a little feedback. You already know what we're here for. Can everybody hear us well? Because I decided I bought a microphone and everything for the phone, but my phone's charging, so I can't plug it up. But everybody can hear us and everything?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so today we're back, baby. We got an announcement to make. Steve, you got an announcement to make?
I think you have an announcement to make.
It's the same announcement that we make every semester, okay? When we start launching our 40-day wellness class, we let you all know that when the classes are opening and we usually do a little lesson to give you all a taste of what we teach in the 40 days. So we're officially announcing that our October class is now going to be open for enrollment. We have been taking some people into the class, so just as y'all already know how this goes, you know what I'm saying? We've already taken some people into the class because they were stragglers from the August class, so we moved them to the October class. But we've got plenty of seats left. I want to say that we probably got like 17 seats left in the October class. So that's what we're here to announce. But in true AHA fashion, we're going to, you know what I'm saying, give y'all some extra to go along with it so that you understand what it is you're getting. So for those who have never heard about the 40-day class, it's essentially something that Stephen and I developed specifically to help those who are struggling with like yo-yoing, if you're dealing with eating addiction, if you are the type of person when you come off your fast, you're dealing with a lot of, uncontrollable eating. If you have emotional trauma that you either are aware of and don't know how to handle, or you think you might have, but you're not really sure. If you're taking therapy right now, this is an amazing complement to therapy, right? So there's many reasons to join the 40-day class, but there's also some reasons why you would not want to join the 40-day class. If you're interested in just simply losing some weight, the 40-day class is completely overkill for you, okay? It's not that we won't teach you how to lose weight, but you're not going to get the true benefit out of the class because we talk about so much more than weight loss, so I don't want there to be any confusion. So it's not a 40-day fast either. So if your specific goal is you want to do a 40-day fast, then the class may not be for you either. Now, if you are interested in understanding and building a foundation to where you can do a 40-day fast or a 21-day fast or whatever your goal may be, we'll definitely help you with that because we're going to be teaching you how to prep, but it goes a little bit more in depth than what I teach on in the 21-day challenge for those who have been a part of that. We really make a concerted effort to connect the dots for you all so that you understand more holistically how your body functions. And it's just a phenomenal experience. Like if anybody in the chat is a part of the 40-day or has been a part of the 40-day and wants to come on and share their experience, you'll be more than welcome to do that. You can request to come in and we'll bring you on for a little bit. But in the meantime, I want to give Steve an opportunity to talk about, specifically like what is it that he teaches in the 40-day class and why he believes it's beneficial.
Oh, you gonna give me some time to talk, man? You gonna give me a little bit of time? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
You're not saying nothing I want to hear.
You ain't say nothing. All right, man. I'm just messing around. What's going on, everybody? As some of you may or may not know, my name is Stephen Michael, and I am one of the wellness coaches, of course, with the brand. I am one of the co-producers, co-creators of the 40-Day Wellness Program. And one of the things that I primarily focus on during this program is mental and emotional wellness. So, as Chris stated, this program, the 40-Day Wellness Program, is not a fasting program. We do fasting. We teach fasting from top down, left, right. Like you're gonna get a really good understanding of exactly what fasting is, but it's a very small portion of the program compared to everything in total. So it was interesting because someone responded to Chris and he was like, "Listen, if you just want to lose weight, this program's not for you." And someone said, "Yeah, I just want to lose weight." So that's a good thing, right? Like if you just want to lose weight, that's fantastic. But the question is, who is this program for? So this program would be for somebody who, let's say they have lost 100 pounds and now they're starting to see their weight creep back up and they don't know why. Someone that may be going through, some emotional trauma, someone that may be 250, 300, 400 pounds, right? You find yourself, snacking all throughout the day. It's 2 o'clock in the morning and you find yourself waking up and you're going downstairs to the refrigerator to get something to eat. And you're like, I don't even know why I'm doing this. I'm not hungry. This program would be for somebody who is consistently dealing with a lot of stress in their life. Somebody that has they're married, right? Maybe they have kids and they've dealt with a lot of things in their childhood and they know that there's some stuff that they need to deal with, but they don't know how. Maybe this is for you. This is somebody who has thought about going to some therapy and you're probably like, you know what, I probably could do that, but I don't feel like I want to go and sit with a doctor or somebody's going to sit there and judge me. Right now, obviously, I'm going to state this, and you're going to hear us say this, but I am no therapist. I am no stranger to it, and a lot of the stuff that we teach is coming from a holistic standpoint. So it's designed to help you with mind, body, and spirit. And the reason I say all that is because even if you lose a bunch of weight, and we see this far too often, even if you lose a lot of weight, most people have a hard time keeping that weight off. And it doesn't matter if you lose it through fasting. It doesn't matter if you lose it through keto. It doesn't matter if you go to get surgery. We've had people come to the class who said, Stephen, I need to come and join the class because I got the weight loss surgery, lost 120 pounds, and I'm now up 80 pounds. And I don't know what I can do, right? So it doesn't matter where you're at or how you actually got to where you're at. This essentially would be for you if you feel like there's something other than just your diet, something other than your gym routine, something other than just these standard things that are stopping you from hitting your goals, right? This is going to be something that's going to be for you. So what I did was I put a little something together because I was sitting here and I was thinking, and it was funny because Chris was telling you guys when I first got in here about how I switched phones. So yes, I switched phones. I've been an Android user for, literally as long as forever. Literally.
As long as the phone's been out.
Right. Nokia, and then after Nokia's, right? Android, and I've literally had one the entire time. I did have an iPhone 6 for like 6 months, and and then I don't have one anymore. So, I switched for a very specific reason. There's a few things that the iPhone does very well when it comes to social media, and that was the purpose, right? I still love Team Android, right? But I am Team iPhone. But the funny
Steve, real quick, before you get into your lesson and everything, just how do they join? You know how they join 40 Day, just in case somebody wants to go sign up?
There is a link in the bio. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into the AHA, so Healthy Alternative. You're going to go to Chris James's page, and then in his bio, there is going to be a link. You're going to click on the link, and then you'll see the 40-Day Wellness join. So go there, check it out. Just click. It's very simple. You're going to schedule a call. And we're gonna have a quick call with you. We're gonna make sure that the program is gonna be good for you. Number one, right? We want to make sure it's gonna be good for you, as well as it's gonna work well for us as well. So we're gonna make sure that everyone in there is working together. So back to my story. And I'm gonna be quick, but I want to as Chris stated, we always like to give a little value. So you guys came here, and I would like for you to leave here with a little something other than us just telling you about the program. Right? I want to give you something that maybe is going to help you along your health journey. So once again, I switched to different phones, and when I did that, you're going from a Android platform to an iPhone platform, which is completely different. It's not like just getting a new phone and it's still Android, right? It's a completely different platform that I'm completely unfamiliar with. So when you do that, I went from a mid-tier Android, right? It wasn't like the top tier, like Ultra, like, you know what I'm saying? It was a mid-tier Android to a, a high-end, top-tier, iPhone 12, Max Pro, like iPhone. So there really wasn't a comparison in the quality between the two phones. It was very apparent shortly after using the iPhone that these particular phones, that this was the better phone between the phone I had and the iPhone in of itself, the one that I got, right? But knowing that there was that apparent difference, I still was having issues, right? So I was trying to learn how to operate like Instagram. I was trying to learn how to navigate Facebook. And some of you are like, I mean, that's obvious. Well, they're very different. All of the buttons are at the bottom on the Android, right? And then when you're going to an iPhone, they're at the top. And it's a really big phone. So I'm used to using one hand, right? There's a lot, right? I don't have Google Contacts. I didn't have my calendar. I don't have any apps, right? There's a lot to learn. And it was very frustrating. I felt like someone's grandfather that was trying to learn to use a smartphone for the first time, right? And it got me to the point where I was very frustrated, right? But I knew, like, I want to use a phone. I need to get acquainted with it. But I found myself putting it down. I found myself, leaving it on the dresser. I found myself, it wasn't attached to me. And I found myself continuing to pick up the Android, right? Because I still have both phones right now. So I found myself using the Android, even though the iPhone between my two phones is better, right? So there's something that is better, but because the Android is comfortable to me, I found myself continuing to go back to the Android, right? I continued to go back to something that was less quality, something that was not as smooth, something that was not going to be serving me, right? I continued to go back to it, even though it was not better. And it made me think about one thing, right? Which is I've been teaching this in the 40-day, a little bit of the 40, but in the 21 and other places, the 12 laws of karma. And it made me think of the 11th law of karma. And what that law states is that the most valuable rewards require persistence, right? The most valuable rewards require persistence. Once again, I'm not saying that, oh, iPhone's better, Android's better. I don't care about any of that, right? My phone, my Android, and my iPhone, the iPhone was better. It was way more expensive. It was a higher quality phone, right? It's better, right? So if I wanted to really start to use it and use it to its max potential, I had to learn to then be persistent to keep using it, right? Even though I was frustrated with it, even though I kept putting it down, I had to YouTube stuff, I had to get on Google, I had to ask friends, like, how do you do this? What is this, right? I had to continue to be persistent. And what that really made me think about, not just this, right? Because this is how my brain works. I think about our health journey, right? And we know that through fasting, through dietary changes, through going to the gym, through exercising, through meditating, through spirituality, through manifestation, we know that these things are going to be better for us. We know that there is value in them, but yet we continue to do the things that are going to be just the most comfortable, but they're not going to be the best things for us, right? Why do we do that? And this is literally like the type of conversation that we do have in the 40-day, right? So why do we go to the things that are most comfortable to us, right? How do we break out of those habits that are no longer serving us on a day-to-day, right? And that just comes to your mindset, right? It comes to learning tools and learning tricks and tips that are going to assist you into changing the way that you think on a daily basis, changing the way that you think consciously, right? Like it just how many times have you sat, right? Let's have a moment here, right? Let's have a moment of honesty. How many times have you sat and you've prayed and asked God? You've manifested something, right? You've done your meditation, and you know, you've asked for a good man, you've asked for a new girlfriend, right? You asked for whatever, and it comes to you, but then you end up going back to something that was more comfortable. You end up going back to something that you just understood or you knew better, right? We sit there and we ask for these things and we put all this stuff out there, and then it comes, right? Sometimes in the way that we want it, but most of the time in a different way, right? In the church they say God will give you a left-handed blessing, right? But it'll come in a different way. But if you're not really ready to receive it, a lot of times, then you'll go back to what's comfortable, right? I mean, let's keep it real. How many times have you? I mean, I'm a man, right? So I deal with women. But how many times have I heard a woman, or you as a woman said, or guys, you may have heard this, like a woman will go back to an ex-boyfriend that cheated on her, right? Or a woman that will go back to someone abusing her, right? How many times do we do that? How many times have we heard that story? All the time. Why? We know that there's not value there. We know that this is not the best thing for us, but we go to what is comfortable, right? It's the same thing with our finances. We choose to invest in the things that are not going to serve us, right? We know that cooking at home is going to be cheaper, right? It's going to save you money. It's also going to be healthier for you. But yet we will go sit in a Chick-fil-A for 45 minutes and we'll wait for the Lord's chicken that we know is not good for us. Hey, listen, if you want to eat fried chicken, that's fine. There are thousands of Chick-fil-A recipes that you can make at home, right? Starts off with a chicken breast, right? You marinate it in pickle juice, right? They got all these seasonings. You fry it up, boom, 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 right? You finish it off with I don't eat it, but right, you finish it off with some mayonnaise and 2 pickles, and you're done, right? You can make it at home, but we go with what is more comfortable. So, with that being said, the 40-day wellness program is going to teach you how to be uncomfortable, right? It is designed to teach you, to push you towards the things that are going to provide value. It's designed to teach you how to be persistent. And if you are to be persistent, then you will find the things that are going to be most rewarding for your life. And that is the primary goal of this program, is to give you information. It is to give you absolute tools that you can use, that you can apply in the moment on a day-to-day, that is going to lead you to have the outcomes that you are looking for, the outcomes that you have been praying for and asking for. This is what it's going to do. So if that is something that sounds like you may be interested in, then I want you to go into Healthy Alternative. Go ahead and go to the bio. Go ahead and schedule a call. And they're quick. They're informative. We're going to give you a lot more. We're going to give you all the details. We're going to give you the breakdown. We'll answer any questions that you have at that time. And then at the end of the day, if you decide that you want to be uncomfortable, if you decide that you want to invest in yourself, and if you want to do the thing that you know that you've been thinking about doing, right? If you decide that you are ready to make this happen, then we'll get you going, right? Last thing, Chris, and I'll finish up. But I had a conversation with 2 members that were in not this last class, but the last semester. And we do a lot to put you guys and to make sure you guys are successful. And there's 3 girls that were in this group together, and they are still working together. I think in total, between all of them, they're down just under 100 pounds. One of them has lost 50 pounds. They're continuing to do their work. I asked her, I said, hey, listen, you want to come on? We're going to get you on the show. She said, no, I got to make 100 pounds first, right? So like, drop 100 pounds, I'll come on. So I said, all right, cool, respectable. So even after, right, there's still, there's still support, and the things that we teach, they're not, will they work? Or do they work? The question is, if you are going to be willing to do the work and put in the work to have the outcome, right? At the end of the day, you join this October program, you go through the program, we're finishing up 40 days. After you finish up, I mean, literally, you are going to be right around the beginning of the new year. Then that's a great time for you to be like, you know what? It's really time for me to start fresh. 2022 is literally about to be my year. Right? So it's a fantastic time. Last set of programs for the year, and it's quite possibly the last set of this style that we're going to be doing. So, hint, hint. This is a great time to get started. So, thank you for letting me take that a little extra time. But I had something on my heart, man. It was really, that I thought about, and I wanted to share it.
Yeah, no, it was a good lesson. It was a good lesson as always, and I think that you hit a good point, right? Getting uncomfortable is a very important piece of this puzzle, because at the end of the day, the butterfly has to get really, or the caterpillar, I should say, has to get really uncomfortable before it becomes a butterfly, right? It's locked up in this cocoon for a week, 2 weeks, whatever they're in there for. And I'm sure he's extremely, or she's extremely uncomfortable during that time, but it is what is necessary in order to get the growth that eventually wants. I'm sure they're hungry. They can't spend no time with their friends. They wondering what's going on the outside world, right? They may be a little fearful because they're super exposed and they're vulnerable right then. And so the question is, and that's what I love about nature, because nature has the ability to show us all of these things. We don't have to ask. We don't have to go and look for it. Like, if you literally just look at nature, all nature does this. When the snake gets a little uncomfortable in its skin, guess what? It's time to grow. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing across the board. So complacency is one of the most dangerous things. Feeling comfortable is so dangerous. And in modern time, we live in the lap of luxury. Just because we are in, America, I know most of us are in America, but obviously we have other viewers in other countries and such things. But like, when you think about Americans, just being in America, there is a certain level of privilege that we have. And it comes with a lot of comfort. And this comfort, you think about all the technological advances. Most technological advances are making us more lazy, making us more comfortable. And we think, oh, the remote control was the best thing since sliced bread. Yeah, it was the best thing since sliced bread, because now you don't have to get up and change the channel anymore. You can just sit on the couch. You don't have to do anything. Oh, the automobile was a wonderful invention. Yeah, it was, because now you don't have to walk anywhere ever. You could just drive and sit the whole time. Working from home, same thing, right? Everything all the progress we're making seems to make us more lazy, more complacent, and more comfortable. And so we have to do something different to kind of shake it up. Man, one of the things that I really love about those who do join the class, right? Because everybody doesn't join, right? Everybody doesn't get an invitation to join. But those who are in the class, there's usually a sense of urgency. And we like to work with those who have that sense of urgency, because those are the people who are ready to make change now. They're not in there playing games. They're not in there wasting time, because at the same token, like, this is our time as well. And I'm a very big proponent of not wasting my time. Like, I do not like wasting my breath. If I say something, I don't want you to just be like, oh, that sounds good. Or like, don't look at AHA as entertainment. I've said that before. Like, this is not entertainment. We are not one of those channels. We don't deal with a lot of trendy topics for that reason. I never want y'all to mistake us as being entertainment. This is for education, but more than anything else, the application of knowledge, right? So with that being said, if you are at a place where listen, we had a class on Monday, and I got so much feedback from that specific class. See, the beautiful thing about how we teach is Stephen sets me up for the alley-oop sometimes, right? You know what I'm saying? Stephen teaches a very specific portion of the class, and I teach almost like a parallel portion of the class. And depending on who goes first and what topics we talk about, I'll toss him the alley-oop, he'll toss me the alley-oop. And Monday was just like mind-blowing for a lot of the members of the group, because we talked about how the words that you use, right? Like the frequency that comes out of your mouth, or even the thoughts that you have, how they imprint on your internal water, and how that frequency continues to play like a broken record over and over again. So imagine when you're a child and your mom is calling you stupid, telling you you're dumb, telling you you're never going to be anything, or your dad is telling you you're not up to standard, not up to par. How many people grow up under, parents like that, whether they're doing it to be mean or not, and now are adults and are still living with those words, right? We break down not just theoretically, but we also break down the science of how that works. Why do those words stick with you? And then how do you get rid of them? Because ultimately, that's the key to your success, right? Because it's cool to know where it comes from and all that stuff, but how do we get rid of it? How do we tune it down or turn it off, or, remove its effect that it has on us? That's the keys of the class. Somebody had requested to join, Steve. I'm going to go ahead and bring them in. I don't know if they're in the class because the IG names might not match. If I'm going to bring you in.
What?
If you, what do you say, Steve? You're kind of breaking up.
Oh, you were breaking up too.
Oh, what, we're both breaking up? Let me see. Might be the signal. Am I back yet? I'm back.
You're back.
I was froze for a little bit. I switched to 4G because
Okay.
maybe the Wi-Fi is acting up. All right, so listen, we're gonna bring you on. Now don't be acting up. I don't know. I'm not sure. But you know what I'm saying? Listen, come on in, say what you gotta say, because don't be acting up now. We're gonna take a flyer on this one. Because I did invite. I said if anybody was in the group or had been in the group, come on in. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
I am doing pretty good. I'm Nadine, Chris. We spoke
Oh,
last.
Nadine.
Yes.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Oh, you already know. We're living.
I
Enjoying.
know. I was just listening to you guys, and I'm like, it's so crazy, the things that I'm hearing, and some of the things that I have been practicing from your group. I've been with you guys from the day you started. I may not have been very active, but I keep following the group. And it's for various reasons why I'm not truly active. But I'm thinking about the 40-day, and I just wanted to know more about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, thank you for, sticking with us for so long. Hopefully that speaks volumes, right? That
It
we're doing
does.
something right.
Yes, you
Um,
are.
so the 40-day class it's literally over the period of 40 days, we're going to be teaching a small group. We only take about 20 people. And the goal is to teach you all how to unpack some of those deep-seated traumatic events, as well as get to the core of what's really holding you back from getting the outcomes that you desire. That's really the goal, because once you can identify, like, the biggest issue that I see is that we don't identify core problems, whether it's with, psychological, energetic, or physical. And so when I teach via like YouTube, because it's not a very intimate setting, because people are going to be watching while they're cooking, while they're dealing with their children, some things slip in, some things slip out. But when we teach the 40-day class, not only do we have people's, investment in themselves, but we also have their attention. So what I find is that we get a much higher quality retention and attention, which people who've been following us for years are like, Chris, I've never heard you say this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I've said this stuff before, but in that environment, it's much more potent. And then also, in my opinion, one of the keys to, like, one of the biggest benefits is the group setting, believe it or not.
Okay.
When you have a small group of people who are all focused on one goal, right? One common goal, it supercharges everything. So we had one of the ladies from our group, she told a story, and I'm not gonna give any detail, but she told a story of her personal health journey, and one of the big realizations that she had recently is that she cannot serve two masters, meaning that she was dealing with the traditional medication, and of course she's also dealing with AHA, which they're diametrically opposed. And she realized that she's going to have to choose one or the other. And finally, she had made that decision. And of course, she chose AHA. Otherwise, I wouldn't be telling the story. But when she finally did make that decision, I mean, the next day, she told us that she felt the best the next day than she had felt in over a year.
Awesome.
And I know I'm being very vague, but it's for her own privacy. But the reality is that, and she would probably tell you herself, it was the setting. It was because we had talked, me and her, we had talked before, and she was straddling the fence. But being in that environment, it just breeds success. I don't know.
And I think that's what's happening to me. I'm straddling the fence because I don't know if you remember I told you I had a 9.8 A1C. And between your AAH and another person I was following, I went down to a 6.1. And that is all because of nutrition. I changed the way that I was eating, and I was preparing my food and stuff like that. So this gentleman here, I forgot his name, he said something a while ago that made me really uncomfortable. I'm like, oh my God, I should be uncomfortable. I really do need to be uncomfortable because I'm a little bit too laid back, and I need to lose this weight. I really do need to lose it. So whenever I see you guys are on, I'm always following. I never always try to get in, but I really want to get uncomfortable. So that's why I requested to join in.
Beautiful. See, I like that because I tell people all the time, life is a game of inches, right? So requesting to join in, coming live with us, maybe a little bit uncomfortable, hearing what Stephen had to say earlier.
Stephen, right. Mm-hmm.
Plucked a little cord, made you feel a little uncomfortable, and that's good. We need to move towards that because if you talk to, one of the things that I did, and this is what I love about how I learn. I like learning from multiple sources. So when I learn about health and wellness, it's not always just from health and wellness professionals. And I used to study millionaires, people who traditionally were earning over $1 million a year or, had a net worth of that, and their habits and things of that nature. And one thing that they have in common, typically as they were building their wealth, is that they constantly put themselves in situations that we would consider uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And I started teaching myself to do that. And I can't even tell you what it's done for me. Like I do my best to promote it because when it clicks and you understand the power of being uncomfortable, you can't even imagine what you're going to get out of it. Like AHA, this program, as a matter of fact, this program is a result of that. Because Stephen, I wanted to get Stephen uncomfortable.
I remember when he lost all that weight. I followed him too. And he lost all that weight. And I was really, really interested. But then life happens.
Life is always going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the things we go over on our discovery calls is we really break down for you all what we're going to expect from you and what you should expect from us, right? Mm-hmm. Because we're going to support you through that, but we're not going to babysit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's definitely something that you have to be ready for. And, I would say that if you're uncomfortable now and if you think it'd be uncomfortable to schedule the call, then you definitely need to do that.
Okay. I certainly will. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Yeah, y'all. Stephen, I'm not trying to tell your business, Steve, but I know that there was a period of time, especially early on, where you were like, well, I don't know how ready I am to be coaching people and, guiding them, especially in the condition that you were in at that time. And I'm like, you're ready. You're definitely ready. You have the knowledge base, you have the skills. It's just literally taking that last leap. And imagine if you would have been like, nah, Chris, nah, I don't want to
Ooh.
do it.
Yeah, that'd have been a horrible idea looking back at that. I mean, no, you're absolutely right, man. I mean, I have no problem with being open and honest and being vulnerable because I understand that that is how you're going to get the results. A lot of times we deal with pride, we deal with ego, right? Which we talk about in the and they hold us back from getting everything that we want, right? They especially especially men. I mean, I have an affinity towards working with men, and that is something that outside of AHA I continue to work on. And that we deal with so much that no one knows, but I promise you, I do. I promise you, I get you. I promise you, I know. And men in particular deal with once again so much that no one knows about, that they don't talk about because we are forced to be placed into this position to be our rightful position, right, which is the head, right? It is the leader, the tough one, it's everything, and we're forced in this position, and typically, especially now in 2021, we can be very unsupported, or we can feel very unsupported, which puts us in a place emotionally to then just lock everything up, which puts us in a position not to say anything, which puts us in a position not to ask for help, and it shows in our daily life. It also shows in the program, right? We have more women than anything else, and it's not because we don't have plenty of men following. It's not because we don't have a male following, but I have men hit me up all the time. But a lot of men are afraid to open up. They're afraid that they may be judged. They're afraid that they may find some stuff that they don't necessarily like. They may start feeling some tears coming up, and they're like, "Oh no, I can't cry," right? So all of these things, of course, are part of what we teach and part of the things that we go through. And of course, I have my personal experience. I have my personal professional training, and then I also have the training and experience from coaching and other and everyone else's experience. So, I mean, every time we do these, it's very exciting. Um, and this is the last set for the year, and this is a great time to once again get involved, to join in, because you're going to be coming out of this. You're going to be going right into the beginning of the new year, and you can really start to look and say, you know what? I'm going to give you guys the next 6 months, and I'm going to dedicate 40 days to the program. And then after that, I'm going to give you the additional 4 months, and I'm going to follow what you do, and I'm going to eat the way you told me to eat. I'm going to do the skill sheet, Steve, and I'm going to do the homework. I'm going to do everything you told me to do. And if you do that, I'm going to make you a promise. I'm going to give you a guarantee. Are you ready? Right? I'm going to give you a guarantee. The Stephen Michael stamp of approval, the Stephen Michael money back guarantee. Not a money back guarantee, but it's a guarantee. If you do what we tell you to do, you will be successful. Period. If you follow the plan, and if you do it, you don't even have to do it perfectly. Just do it, right? Be consistent, be persistent. You will be successful. So once again, if you're interested and you want to join the program, go to the AHA link in the bio. And when you go into the bio, there's going to be a link. It's blue. And you're going to click on it. You're going to go to the 40-day wellness program. You're going to go ahead and schedule a time. You're going to schedule a call. They're usually 15, 20 minutes. And so real quick, right in the middle of your day, you can do it on your lunch break if you need to. And we'll just ask you a few questions, make sure you qualify for the program. And then from there, you'll decide if you are going to make an investment and be persistent and, change your life. So.
Mm-hmm. And I will say that it is an investment. All right, y'all. Some people come into this program. We discuss the price and all of that stuff on the call with you. But please understand the time, the energy, the staff that goes into putting this program together. Okay, so understand that it is not going to be some $4 class, because if it was, how could we ever even boast about these types of outcomes, right? You need to, you want to understand that you want to understand value proposition. And what that means is, how much are you getting for your dollar? Now, we'll easily say that something, oh, that information was priceless. We throw that around. That information was priceless. The reality is it's only priceless if you use it. And that's the real reason why the price is ever a problem, because you're afraid that you're not going to apply the information that you've received. So if you are not ready to do the work, don't worry about it. Okay? If you're not at that place, don't worry about it. Get there first, then come talk to us. It's part of the reason why we keep this very small. We want to make sure we're working with the right people, and we have a very high success rate. It's extremely high, especially in our industry when you look at like coaching and the way we set up our class. So if you're interested in New Year's resolutions and things like that, understand your New Year's resolution starts today. You do not wait until the new year to start your New Year's resolution, because you will almost inevitably be unsuccessful. Today is the day that you start. So I know some of y'all are going to see this replay. You're going to see it, and you're going to be moved by what we're saying. We don't have a huge staff, y'all. So what always happens is whenever we offer these calls, they get booked up very fast. That's just the way it goes, okay? I promise you, this isn't marketing or anything. We have added some new people to the staff to help take the calls. So just don't, if you want to get in the class, schedule it. Just schedule it, okay? We've got limited slots, and we would love to work with you if you're the right person. That's all I got, Steve.
Hey, man, listen, I appreciate you, Chris. Appreciate everything you do, man. You are amazing for my life, and I appreciate everybody out there that's watching. I'm sure there's gonna be a replay. I appreciate you. Thanks for taking the time right night to kick it with us. As we get prepared for the next coming week. I'm working, man. I'm working. We're about to go out of town. I'm fasting, man. Day 12 or something. Somebody asked about the 21 day. I'm on day 12 of this fast. We're always working. So I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm gonna just keep it 100. By the end of this year, number one, I'm going to be under goal weight. And when I say the end of the year, I'm just paraphrasing, but by the end of the year, so that means that if you and I tell you this, Chris will tell you, and I toot my horn just a little bit. When I fast, I do my best work. Straight up. It's like someone comes in and takes over. I do my absolute best work. So I'll say this: if you want some of the best of me yet, you're going to want to catch this in the next couple months. That's all I'm going to say, because I have a lot planned. I've been working. So I look forward to seeing you guys on a call, and we're gonna get working. We're gonna get busy, and we're gonna get transformation. So thank you guys. Have a great night.
Good night, everybody.
Peace.